else you got?
Alright, well this is my last story, and this is a biggie.
Anyway.
This is a biggie. Alright, the star, one of the stars of Stargirl, I want to see if I can pronounce it. I think it's Anjelika Washington.
Mm-hmm.
It has a J instead of a G.
Yeah.
But anyway, she has some issues on set, and this is a racial problem. Apparently, while working, they painted a white stunt woman black to do the stunts for her. She had an issue with it, and she went to the producer, and the producer, who's also female apparently, told her that they could not find any black stunt women, and literally told her that she should be grateful to just be here.
Now this is the first time I'm hearing it, so this is how I usually react when I hear this kind of stuff. Painted a stunt woman.
Yes.
I'm not holding Jeff Johns to this. I'm holding Greg Berlanti because he's the executive producer on this. He owns the production company that's actually doing the filming. Jeff Johns is the one that's working with them to make sure it goes smoothly. Again, this is the noise I make when I'm sitting here trying to figure out what in the world is going on.
You're trying to
okay,
figure that
now,
out. Yeah. I mean, I understand why she's upset. I do know that there probably isn't as many stunt women out there of color, but I do know that they are out there. But then again, I can't really say too much because stuntmen have been putting on wigs and dresses to do stunts for females in movies and TV for a very long time. So there's not really much of a difference between sexism and racism in that kind of. I mean,
that's been going on for a while because if you remember if you remember your old episodes of Police Squad, there was one scene where some woman was supposed to be doing, like, involved in a fight or something, and they take a look at it, and it's a dude with a big, thick mustache and a blonde wig punching, grabbing out and stuff. But anyway.
I mean, that stuff still goes on today. There's many where men have to dress up as a woman. There's not many stunt women out there, and it's nothing sexist about it. It's just there's not many people in that entertainment business that says, I want to get paid to get hurt.
Yeah. There are stunt women out there. There are quite a few stunt women out there. But they don't have the experience, and this is the catch-22 of the situation. They don't have the experience to be able to pull off these complicated stunts. And so they go with a more experienced stunt man, which means that that stunt woman is not going to get experience, and because she doesn't have the experience, she doesn't get the more dangerous stunts, and blah, 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 blah. Now, he said her name was what, Anjelika Washington or something? I'm trying to think. Is she the one who plays Dr.
Glasses.
She's the one who plays Dr. Midnight. Yeah. Okay. There is okay, listen. I admit I missed this week's episode of Stargirl, but listen, Miss Director Lady, okay? If the star comes up and says, I don't like the way this white stunt woman is being painted to look black,
right,
what you do is you immediately stop and say, all right, if you have a problem with it, we'll stop. Go ahead and wipe that off her face. We are going to have to re-block this shot.
Right.
You're going to have to shoot a different way. Understand, we are talking about this character's costume. This character is in a costume, okay?
Right.
Honestly, all you need is someone roughly the same height to pull this off. You do not need to take a picture. You don't need to film the face of this stunt woman, okay? You don't need to. I don't care what the scene is, there is a way to block it so that, and to lay it out so that you are not getting the camera angle that shows her face. Okay?
Okay.
You can find some way to work around this. Do not sit there and tell this young actress that you should be lucky you're getting to work at all.
Yeah.
Don't do that. You're being insensitive.
Yeah.
I am the last person to stand here and wave the pom poms for the woke generation. And I'll be the first one to melt a snowflake. But the lady has a legit point. If she is going to sit there and if she finds it offensive, you need to stop, because she's a co-worker and you're working together. You guys are supposed to be on the same team here. Learn how to get along.
Now, there is actually more to this story, but I didn't know if I should.
Go right ahead. Pile on.
So,
let me see how stupid I sound now. Go ahead.
So you can still find this picture, but it was taken down because the actress said it, but she took a picture of her and the stunt woman painted beside each other, smiling and everything.
Mm-hmm.
The picture was taken down because apparently the studio did not want nobody to know that they painted a stunt woman black.
I can't imagine why. Cities burning across the country over this crap, and we're painting.
It's like,
oh my God, we're painting stunt women in blackface. Really? It's 2020, y'all. Why? 2020 has been enough of a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Why are you looking for reasons?
And see, that's something else. It's like, if you can't find a black stunt woman, what about a black male?
Find a black stunt man in that size.
And because again, they've been doing that for years, and they still do it. Where
if you can't find a black stunt man that size, give him a ditch to stand in to lower his height. He's standing in a recession so that he is roughly the right height. You shoot him from behind. Again, that's blocking. Block it right. Lay out the design. Yeah. Do the design of the area and lay out your shots. My first impression after doing all we have a weak director who did not properly handle the situation, but I bet she sure as hell knows how to handle the situation from now on. Should it come up again? Does she not? You think?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, I can understand it did definitely hurt her feelings. But I mean, I gotta hand it that stunt people, there is a lot of them, but they're handled differently. And I watch a lot of Corridor Crew on YouTube, and they do a bunch of videos where they'll take a look at stunts in movies or visual effects. But every time they look at stunts, they'll bring in stunt women, stunt men, who old, new, whatever, and they talk about the process that they go through and how they do it and stuff like that. And it's just like, wow, it's really amazing.
You'd be sure that if they catch wind of it, they're going to cover this one and they're probably going to take the same tack I did. There's a better way to do this. But on the other hand, the way it initially reads, it sounds like this stunt woman has kiwi shoe polish and a big old red thing. She's eating watermelon and chicken wings there on the set. That's the way it's going to get spun. This is why you never, ever confront this on the set. You take it aside, you get with the producers. If the director cannot figure out how to block this properly, then the producer brings in a director who can. Jeff Johns could probably do it. But anyway, Jeff Johns could do anything. So
you could use different angles of camera.
There's
what is the stunt? That's the thing. What is the stunt?
Is it
an explosion? Vital? Is it like an explosion and then it knocks you back? You could show the explosion and the camera behind them as they're being blown back, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or a jump scene, jumping from rooftop to rooftop or onto a vehicle. You can use anybody for that.
Take an isometric view from below and behind, so that way you're looking up at the person and then they get blown back.
Because I just literally watched again Corridor Crew. They had their last episode of Stuntman Reacts. Had this Asian, I don't know what her nationality is, stunt woman, but she played on Stargirl as the cat.
Wildcat.
Yeah, Wildcat. And there was a scene where she falls off of a building and then claws her way back onto the concrete and then climbs up. And they actually showed her doing that stunt. And then it actually had one of the producers or whatever on a crane with a camera pointed down at her, and he was being dropped as she was dropping, and it was like, that was pretty cool. But I mean, I don't know. There's just so many ways you can do it without offending anybody, especially hiding it. That just makes you
That's even
an
worse.
asshole.
Yeah. Anyway, there was one thing, one news item I saw this week that we didn't get into, and really it doesn't. I'm not sure what to make of this. Universal, okay, NBCUniversal, the guys with Universal Pictures, they're all owned by Comcast now, right? They are starting a comic book imprint. They will not be publishing comics, actually. They're going to be going through an established publisher to actually print and distribute the books. But Universal is apparently going to get started, and Grant Morrison is already signed on as one of their creators. Don't know the details on it, but if the comic book industry is really struggling that much, why is Universal dropping money on this? I mean, on the other hand, Disney owns a publisher, Warner owns a publisher. All these guys own publishers. Why not Universal? But Universal's not buying a comic book publisher. They're renting one, basically, to see if this works out. There's a lot of challenges in the comic book industry, but the fact that Comcast, somebody with the corporation, is actually willing to take a chance in this division in the industry, hey, that's a good thing, I guess. But like I said, I don't know. And at least Grant Morrison's getting work. So anyway.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I thought they were doing good since the pandemic, that comic books was kind of cut up.
It's one of those things where it's half full, half empty. I mean, yeah, in some ways sales are up and they're starting to move product again, but the hard part is actually staying open long enough to do this. And of course, comic books is a habit purchase. A lot of people, they're worried about people getting out of the habit. So, I know for a long time when we didn't have a shop in Mount Sterling, I was not reading comic books at all. I would get a graphic novel every once in a while if I was in a bookstore. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got anything else to wrap this? Yes? No?
No.
No,
I got no news.
He's done. He's all done. Anyway, I think we actually spent the best part of an hour on this one, so we're actually slacking a little bit here.
We slacking? Us slacking?
We're slacking. We're such slackers.
Jeez.
Okay, and towards the end of each episode, I get into the little behind-the-scenes stuff. The camera we use, the video camera we use, will usually max out at the resolution we shoot it. Maxes out a file at roughly 30 minutes. It's a limitation in the file format. It's not a problem with the camera, it's the file format. It's not you, it's me. No, actually it's you. It's you, camera. But anyway, it maxes out at 30 minutes. So this is why I had tried doing shorter episodes and posting more of them, and it's a pain in the butt. So I've just been posting like 30-minute episodes and just getting it out there if I can find a place where I can stop and start back up again. I don't know. Let us know, what do you want, the shorter episodes or the longer episodes? Because quite frankly, I'm ready to we do this once a week. We shoot episodes once a week. I'd be happy to just sit there and throw the entire thing out as one long episode, like 35 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, however long it takes, and just go with it. What do you think?
What do you mean, just go?
Just whatever we film, like whatever we film today,
just
throw it
throw it
out
out.
as one episode a week, and every Sunday, get it out there and get it up that Sunday night, and that's pretty much it, unless I ever get around to doing the podcast again, or you post something during
Oh,
the
you
week.
haven't been posting it on podcast?
I've been posting this show's podcast, but I
Oh,
was
you
talking
mean
about
just
the
regular
chore
talk?
duty.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
about going back. I was threatening that last week. I've got three topics bouncing around in my head right now.
Okay.
So that's usually three. When I start getting 3 topics, that's usually about the time I try.
So
try
how
it
about
again.
this? How about this? Okay.
No. What?
We do a video of, this. Release the whole thing on that night, whatever. And then we can either stop there and keep rolling and then do a tour of duty to where you can post the whole video on YouTube, a tour of duty, and audio on podcast type of deal. So we just basically sit here and just talk for hours.
Yeah, she who must not be named will love that. But anyway, we'll figure something out. It's like I said, it's part of the behind the scenes thing. But I have the time, but I don't have the inclination, because it is. I mean, it's not that hard to do with the new equipment, but it's finding the time to actually sit down. And it still takes about an hour or so to sit here and have the little things running at the bottom and getting the beginnings and endings together and everything. It's not that hard, but it's a matter of making sure it's edited out properly. So
Right.
So that all those F-bombs we dropped get edited out.
You edited our F-bombs. I said F-bombs.
Close enough. I didn't hit you that hard.
Bombs.
Now you're being violent.
There's no F.
You're being violent. Get the F out. Anyway. So if you got nothing else, we'll go ahead and we'll start wrapping this. But y'all, you guys let us know. Let him know, because I don't pay attention to it. I'm not even posting to Twitter as much as I used to. It's been that rough.
I have noticed that. Yeah, I have noticed.
But so let him know if you want long. If you'd rather go with the one long episode, do you still want the split up episodes? 30 minutes, all right. Do you want 15 minutes, or do you just want to drink from the fire hose like we do on the podcast? So let us know. So until next time, I'm Spike.
I'm Chris.
That is Chris. This is the Spike and Chris show, and I was about this close to calling it geeking out. Still, after all this time, it's been, 13, 14 episodes since the name changed, and I'm still...
It's been that long. It's been like...
It's because you were talking about Kevin Smith. That was the name of his old podcast, you asshole. Did you forget that? Kevin Smith's old talk show was Geeking Out. We dropped the G because we're straight up G's, see? Mm-hmm. That's where you got it from.
No, I didn't know he had one.
And I can't remember who he did it with, but
of course,
somebody
Kevin
will tell
Smith
us.
has like...
Kevin Smith has about 5 million podcasts,
Yeah,
so it's
it's
got
like
just by sheer chance, it's going to cross over with some of them.
It's not a surprise, I guess.
I could have sworn we were ending this show, but maybe if
bye.
I can get this thing to stop. I'm going to get the thing to stop.
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.